Welcome back to the White Noise Podcast. I'm Ethan, joined by Go-Go Gadget Gav.
What's up?
And as always, Jacob behind the glass.
That's me.
Today, we have a guest. Here's a man who is world famous in certain parts of the country. My good friend...
Hold on, wait. World famous in certain parts of the country?
Exactly. My good friend, Xavier.
All right, yeah, let's go.
Mine and Gavin's good friend, Xavier.
I was going to say, what the fuck?
Well, he's my good friend. He's also your good friend.
World famous.
You've known him longer.
Only
famous,
parts
whatever.
of the country, though.
Hey, what the fuck? I've met him before.
Yeah.
Xavier!
You know what, Jacob is my best friend. You're right.
1/5 of the Apple Boys.
I think I'm definitely going to
Stay tuned for an
clip-
Apple Boys segment
Can we clip
in a
that
couple
part?
weeks.
Can we clip that?
Clip what?
The world famous part of the country. Did you mean to do that? Or-
Yeah.
Oh, you meant to do that. Okay.
Everything's intentional here.
Okay, I was like, did
I
you mean to say that? Or
Yes. You were very late. I had a lot to plan.
Oh, gotcha.
Very cool.
Okay. Well, with that being said, Xavier, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Happy to be here,
Yeah.
Happy to be on the podcast. I've been hearing great things about it. Watched like a couple of episodes. Sorry, I haven't watched all of them.
Yeah, wait, I was going to say, hold on. Haven't watched all of them?
You can lie and tell us you've listened to all
You
of
haven't
them.
Oh, yeah,
seen
you're
all
right. I've
you
listened-
haven't listened to all 65 hours? How dare you?
Yeah, I've listened and watched all fucking 7 seasons.
We were talking about Gavin versus Wild, and you were like, oh, is that like Gavin against a wild beast?
No, I've heard about it. I've seen like the titles and stuff.
So I prepared this white noise trivia game for nothing? What the fuck?
Did you actually prepare that?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm gonna get all of them right.
All of them right. It's
What
like,
was the 15th DaJakey Factuality?
fuck.
Jakey's big cock.
Oh, he got
sounds
it.
like the tree one, I think.
There we go.
Somewhere in there.
No, that's really good. That's really good. I don't expect you to listen to every single episode, you know?
I do.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna catch up on all of them.
All of them?
Like just one night. I'm gonna
One,
just binge
Chad.
listen to everything.
How are you going to do that?
that's
I was gonna happen.
Watch 60 hours?
I watched
12
2
hours?
at once. It's fine.
Oh, got you. You have like several different computers and phones going at the same time?
Absolutely. One on my phone, one on my TV, one on my laptop. Like, it's just going to be all 3 white noise episodes.
a little bit of white noise trivia. What's Gavin's catchphrase?
Oh, exquisite. That's not my fucking catchphrase.
Oh, you're right. It's the
Exquisite.
F word.
Yeah, that's probably more like it.
Some sort of racial slur, I would imagine. But
Probably. I think so.
What?
Most used is
Incorrect.
different than your brand.
That's true.
Exquisite. That was an unwilling brand.
Actually, hold on.
Oh.
Go ahead and talk.
A brand forced upon you is a brand nonetheless. That was by Gandhi.
Gandhi said that?
Yep.
Who'd he say it to?
You.
Oh.
I just got a text
Eminem.
from him right now. You said that right now.
I was going to say. He said that. Martin Luther King Jr. said it.
Great friend of the show and avid listener, Brett. Shout out, Brett.
Shout out.
Made this and gave it to me.
exquisite.
I slid a button over to Gavin that says exquisite on
That is
it.
fucking funny.
pretty good.
That's perfect.
Nice.
Merch shop coming soon.
Whoa.
I saw
Exquisite.
the coffee mug. Exquisite. Okay, damn. I saw the coffee mug.
I know.
was cool.
I just did that with Sharpie, and then
Oh, that wasn't actually.
No, that was-
I liked that look.
I liked it. We actually realized I
nice.
was like, wow, we should make intentional coffee mugs with this design on
Yeah,
it.
that was
but I
really
just
good.
wrote on with Sharpie.
This gets 1 like on YouTube. Merch coming.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think the one like on our last video was from me, so maybe that might be a challenge.
Don't worry. I'm going to watch all of them tonight.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna
You gotta at
all
least
of them.
like one of them. There you
I'll
go.
like all of them.
Well, all right. With that being said, Jacob, break me off a piece of that.
Piece of that.
Corn. And we're back.
And we are back. Sorry.
And we're back.
I was expecting you guys to finish off break me off a piece of that, but we might have got it sued, so thank you.
Nice.
All right, let's start with the biggest news of the week. The Spider-Man trilogy is now on Netflix. Let's go.
Absolutely. I've already
I
started
can't
watching.
wait to watch Tom Holland whenever I want now.
No,
Oh, really?
no.
I thought he was only on Disney Plus though.
No. He's no.
Oh, Andrew Garfield.
No.
Great.
He only has
Even
2
better.
He's only got 2 movies, but they are. I think only the first one's on Netflix.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man trilogy is on Netflix now. Easily accessible if you have a Netflix subscription.
Or borrow
Access to
somebody's.
one.
Or access to one, yeah.
I do have DVDs, but I feel like it's just a lot of work to put the DVD in, do that.
Oh, wow.
Can't watch Spider-Man on my phone with a DVD.
True. You could just download
Your
it.
poor wife.
Illegally.
My what? Your poor wife. I don't think I'm married. No, yes, Spider-Man trilogy. I'm gonna go around the table. Out of the trilogy, the Tobey Maguire trilogy, which one's the best? Jacob, go.
Number 1.
Xavier,
Number 2.
Gavin,
2.
Me, I'll say 2 as well.
There we go.
I would say 2 is a good movie, and it is also the best. 1
Okay, yes,
is an
okay. You don't even have to continue.
1 is an
You don't
okay
have to
movie.
continue.
But 3 was a bad movie.
I respect your opinion on saying it's a bad movie, but I think it is one of the most fun to watch.
Which one? The third
3.
one?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I'll put the third on and just have a
I
great time
agree.
watching it.
I think Doc Ock is the best villain,
Yes.
but Green Goblin is just
The-
top tier.
Green Goblin's
He's
a
just,
menace.
he
Especially
just
with-
transcends.
Especially with his, DLC and No Way Home.
his exclusive content.
His exclusive content.
Membership only content.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe kills it every time. Every time.
Impressive.
I've always thought it's funny that Green Goblin and Uncle Ben die in Spider-Man 1. Spoilers. But yet,
Fuck, dude.
yet
Haven't
both
seen
of
it.
them are in all 3 movies. So,
Hold on, wait.
fancy that.
trying to think. Where was he in the second one?
He was at the very end when Harry sees him in the mirror and then breaks the mirror and sees the Goblin lair.
Oh, that's right. Well, what about the third one?
What about Uncle Ben in number 2?
Uncle Ben number 2 is the dream
the
sequence.
dream.
Oh, he's in like a car and it's
Yeah,
all
it's
white.
Uncle Ben in
Yeah,
number
brown.
3.
Okay.
What was
Oh,
the
no,
third
yeah.
one?
When number 3, the flashbacks.
Oh, yep. Where was Green Goblin in the third one?
It's when Harry was getting his memory back, and
That's
then
right. Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Andy was also in No. He was in No Way Home.
Yep. Willem Dafoe
Sick.
has
Spoiler.
Willem Dafoe is
William Dafoe.
Willem
Yeah, I know.
Dafoe
I know.
is beat by 1 year by Patrick Stewart for portraying the comic book character the longest.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart was in 2000 in the first X-Men, and then Willem Dafoe 2000. My bad. 2 years. 2002.
William Dafoe and Kirsten
Shut
Dunst.
up.
Good job.
Okay, with that going forward, more Marvel stuff. There is rumors. There's panic in the streets.
Panic?
If we're lucky.
At the disco.
Okay.
Just at the Spider-Man 2 quote there. Anyways, with these rumors, a high-status actor to play Reed Richards,
Whoa, who could it be?
Henry Cavill,
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
I don't know if I want Henry Cavill as that.
I just
No,
think
definitely
he's
not.
very
I want Jim.
John Krasinski.
I want John
Jim
Krasinski.
Jim Longslim.
And then I want his wife to play fucking Sue.
Yeah, well, it's not about what you want, Gavin.
Well, it is entirely about what I fucking want. Damn it.
What's her name again?
Emily Blunt.
Of course.
They were in
Okay.
Quiet
How could I
Place together.
forget?
Quiet Place.
Yes, they were.
And that
is
was a
correct.
great movie. So why wouldn't you put them both?
It was a
in
great
together?
movie, but you're talking about like a franchise that transcends years down the road. Like, do you really want to raise your kids?
Maybe John Krasinski
always
doesn't
being
want to
making
do
films?
it.
I do not want to make a ton of money. Why would I want to do that? That is so weird.
Well, it's the contract.
I do not want to care for my kids. Why would I want to do that?
Why would I want to make
I feel
sure
like being
they
in
go-
a Marvel film is a lot of stress and just
Get the hell out of here. But the paychecks
But the
are
paychecks
fat.
are good. Yes,
Paychecks
Robert
that's
Downey
true.
Jr.
That's true.
Robert Downey Jr.
Made out like
making,
a fucking bandit.
making
in the
$15
MCU.
million for 15 minutes.
Yep.
I know.
He saw the
a
fucking
Chad.
Homecoming contract and was like, oh. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't even need to fucking be there. Shit.
He was there for like a day.
I love the Russo's joke about like RDJ with him. They're like, yeah, he's on set for like half of his filming stuff, and then the rest is just voiceover for the Iron Man suit. Man is winning.
Winning. Well, that was like even Paul Bettany, the guy who played Jarvis and then Vision. He loved playing Jarvis because he would go one day, record all his lines, and then get paid, and then go on vacation with his wife, who is Jennifer Connelly, I think. That's his wife.
Oh, wow.
Lucky him.
So I think I'm gonna fact check that later. But then when he had to play Vision, now he has to spend hours before getting in makeup and then actually acting. So it caught up to him.
Imagine imagine how it feels to be Batista or Gamora at that point.
Yeah,
Full
I know, just
body.
the full body.
Ah.
That's rough.
Sucks.
Yep. Well, paycheck good though.
I was
Like
saying,
we
when you're
said.
getting
good.
paid millions, I wouldn't care.
Millions for hours of your day being taken up with just prosthetics and makeup.
And on top
sign
of that,
me up, please.
I imagine filming it's pretty fun too. Like,
That's true.
say like,
I love Halloween. I love going all
Exactly.
out, even if I don't do anything. I like getting as accurate as I can to the costume I'm in.
I mean,
Oh no, absolutely.
I'm sure at some points it sucks. It's not exactly super fun, but I feel like the benefits outweigh the negatives.
It's not your traditional job, and you get to have fun. You get to be another person. You get to act.
And above all, you make a fuck ton of money.
You're an
the only
above
thing
the
I'm
line
concerned
role
about.
too.
Exactly.
You're making a lot of money, and the good news is you're making a lot of money.
When they go to cater your shit, you get to say what food you want, and they have to respect your opinion.
Yes, it is Jennifer Connelly,
Very cool. Very lucky.
Speaking of movies,
who was also real quick the voice of Karen, I think, in Spider-Man's AI.
Really?
So Paul Bettany was Jarvis, and then she was Karen.
How
Wow.
cute.
that is funny.
What were you gonna say, Gav?
I was gonna say, speaking of movies, I saw Maverick finally.
Finally,
The Maverick.
Yep. Holy fuck, that movie was
It's
good.
yeah, it's great.
Oh my god.
The movie was phenomenal. You
Like-
saw it in theaters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like? First of all, I love the beginning. Completely
Just-
mirrored the original.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Yes, these are spoilers.
I would say these are actually spoilers.
These are
because the movie's
spoilers.
still in theaters.
Well,
but
the thing I loved about it is it did such a good job in being tasteful of just paying homage to the original. There were so many parallels, just scenes that you can put side by side, and some of them were a direct copy, like the opening, but some of them, like the beach volleyball scene and then the beach football scene, are just mirrored images. And
perfect.
They did it in such a tasteful way where if other movies did it, it's kind of like, oh, that's cheap or something. But
Yeah.
for something about Top Gun, they did it so awesome.
And Tom
just-
Cruise.
and just the dogfights towards the end and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just holy
So good.
shit.
Dog
dude.
fights versus Sam
The
Terrence.
sound
like, just-
design,
oh.
Yeah, bro.
sound design through the entire movie was
Perfect.
awesome.
Well, I also heard that for the like a lot of the footage of the planes and
Yeah,
stuff,
it's all real.
that was all real.
Yep,
So
so
it's like-
all the sounds, all the footage of the planes, it's all real.
I did hear that was quite the fucking pain in the ass because you had to actually get the Navy to like sign off on doing it because they had to have pilots do it for you.
And
I
then
don't imagine they have a lot of pilots. Just
Don't even worry
running
about
stuff.
that. The paychecks is probably
and then the
amazing.
actors went through like flight school, and now they're all certified pilots.
I
now.
know that's so
That's pretty
crazy.
sick.
Which Glenn Powell, the guy who played Hangman, he's in another movie coming up that's a pilot movie during the Korean War.
really.
So
Hangman was cool. Fucking Bob carried the movie. I
carried
love
the
Bob
movie.
so much. When they said, "What's your call sign?"
Bob. I was like, "What's your name?" Oh, Bob. No,
Bob.
your call sign. Bob.
And then on his fucking helmet,
Yeah,
it's Bob. Oh man, he was perfect. Whole movie was perfect. Miles Teller did a phenomenal job.
See, I agree.
I
Teller's
honestly,
Rooster?
anybody wants to go see that shit again, I will gladly go.
That's what me and Xavier went a couple weeks ago
Yeah, that's pretty good.
for the second time.
That's good.
Great.
Funny enough, I hadn't seen Top Gun until last Saturday.
Really?
The original Top Gun.
I
Wow.
saw Top Gun, the original, for the first time, and then right after I went to go see Maverick. So
The original Top Gun was good too.
Yeah,
but
it
I
was
think
awesome.
Maverick was a lot better. In my opinion.
I think that is the general consensus. I'm sure there's the outliers that love the original more, but I think essentially it comes down to the original being just a training movie with no real stakes, and then Maverick like it has a mission and like
Yeah.
stakes.
I loved it.
The part where what is it? They're shooting at the, or they lock a missile onto one of the final fighter jets, and then he does that thing where he like turns the jet off and like spins.
Yeah, and they're like, what the?
And then my dad was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, that's an actual thing you can do," and I was like, "What? How the
Insane.
fuck do you do that?"
Miles, they did great. I loved it.
Yeah, the first movie was like romance, fun,
Yeah.
cool, and then the second one is action, story.
Just full
Character.
throttle.
I don't even know if I would be upset if there was a third one. To be honest with you, if it was going to be that quality,
There might be a third one.
if it's that quality, if Tom Cruise is going to be the head of it, pretty much, and Paramount just goes, "Hey, here's
Seeing
X
how much
amount of money."
money they made.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's going to be another
It
one.
yeah.
broke the like top 10 list, which is
They need to do
an incredible achievement for a movie nowadays that isn't
Post-COVID.
a Marvel movie and,
yeah,
and post
post-COVID
COVID.
too. Yeah.
They need to do it the way they did this one, then, where Paramount just goes, "Hey, here's a check, make us a movie." A lot of studios usually end up making shit tons of money from movies when they just go, "Hey, here's a check, make us a good movie, guys."
Wow, you give people like creative direction and freedom, like
And then
a
they make
good
good
movie
movies.
comes out of that?
That's
No
insane.
way.
Yeah. So
Well,
Tom Cruise,
Who would have thought?
what, 30 years later, is still at the top of his career, top of
perfect.
his game.
And
Good
then
for him.
I don't know if they showed it for you guys, but for me, the trailer
Yeah,
was
the beginning.
well, not the beginning, but they also showed the next Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's ironic."
Part 1 and part 2.
I
It
guess
looks
the
like
part-
it's going to be the
Yeah.
finale.
I guess the part where he jumps off on the motorcycle off the cliff, that
That's
took
real.
like, that's not only real, but I think they said like 4 to 6 takes to do that. Like,
Jeez.
they had to get a new motorcycle every time. Shit.
Yeah. Tom Cruise,
Legend.
Amazing.
Amazing.
But,
Great movie.
Yeah.
Please make a third one.
I
it's that
don't want
quality.
if see
It's
that's
that
the thing.
quality.
If it's that quality, I don't want them to just make a third one for the reason to make it.
I think Paramount needs to hear this podcast.
I think so too.
Well, let's see if we can get it.
I'll reach
over
out to my
executives.
guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're really good friends with their executives. Let's see if we can get it over
Oh,
there.
you're right.
Okay, so then with this, let's segue into making content for the sake of making it without it being good. Star Wars.
Whoa!
But this
Let's
I
just keep
contradict
pumping
myself
out.
here because the Andor trailer came out and it looks
It looks good.
but the common trend with Star Wars stuff is you can't judge it till it's out.
I mean, at this point, I feel like even if it was good, I feel like everyone would think it sucked anyway. I mean, at this point,
Well, that's exactly what you think about Solo.
well, no, I mean, at this point, it's like we're at such a drought that it's like they'll make something that's really cool, and everyone's just gonna fucking hate it anyway. It's like, fuck it, it sucks.
Well, our
Aside from
in-house Star Wars representative, Jacob, what do you think about the Andor trailer?
Yes. Watched it once, naturally. It was okay.
It was mid.
With a lot of my gripes about Kenobi in mind while I was watching this trailer, I saw a lot of the same things. Like the biggest thing was like the lack of diversity. The aliens in Tatooine, all the settings. It's all humans in like the Kenobi show, and I saw a lot of the same. Don't know like the context or the setting, but
But the robot's there, right?
K2SO.
Of course.
Yeah,
Did I see him in the trailer?
he's in the trailer, right?
I think so.
I don't remember.
I'm not too sure.
better be-
Maybe
I'd say-
I don't recall.
I don't recall actually. I don't know.
Oh my god, that's like the only reason I'm gonna watch that. He better be there.
And then like the vibe of the trailer was like, oh, the Empire are rich, and I don't want it to get too like Star Wars galactic political show. I want the Empire to be like, it's at the height of the Empire's power.
Yeah.
I want them to be blowing people up and killing people. That'd be fucking cool.
War crimes.
Yeah, exactly. You know what the Empire does, and
Correct.
then combating that. But I don't know. The trailer was okay. I have a lot of hopes for it. I feel like it could be better. I said that before even Kenobi came out, that it could be better than Kenobi. But we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like to get too high or too low on things before they come out. So
And then when's the official release date?
next month.
Oh wow.
Or it's at the end
August
of this
sometime.
month, end of August.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
One of the things I started doing to prep myself for the Rings of Power TV show.
Oh,
September
is-
21st.
That's for Andor. Okay.
September 21st. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So, and then I think Rings of Power is also in September, isn't it?
September 2nd, I believe.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's also coming out.
I think
soon.
it comes
So,
out on Tyler's birthday, and then I'm just like,
Shout out Tyler.
Rings of Power?
Happy birthday,
That's
Tyler.
Lord
You
of the
haven't-
Rings prequel, right?
Oh, Rings
haven't
of
heard of that?
Power.
yeah.
I was thinking like
Suppose-
Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. I was like, Rings of Power.
Rings
I
of
know
Power.
I shouldn't be overhyping it, kind of like what Jacob does, but this has been like recorded to be the highest budget in television history or TV show history. So this better be fucking good, like when it comes to effects and stuff like that. But not only that, but the trailers we've seen. I mean, I guess you can't really do a lot of race thing like when it comes to aliens and like humans, because I mean, there's like elves, there's humans, there's dwarves, orcs. I haven't
yeah.
seen a lot of like goblins or anything like that. But I mean, we have seen a lot of dwarves and stuff. So I mean, I think it looks good. So what I've been doing is when I work out, I watch chunks of the extended editions of the original trilogy. So we just got through Two Towers. We just got through that. Two Towers was 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
20 minutes of credits, by the way.
Oh my god.
20 minutes of fucking credits. I was like, oh my god, this is all credits. And I'm like fast forwarding. I'm like, it's all credits. Like,
it's still going.
still going. And then I think Return of the King is also like another 4 hours. So
Those are
Fellowship.
Good. Those
Fellowship.
are good movies.
I need to watch the
they are.
extended
All
version
of
because I've
them.
never seen the
they're
extended
so
version.
long. The Fellowship, I think, is like 3.5. Two Towers was like
Wow, it's
3
crazy
hours
that you
and
watch
58
these
minutes.
when you're the most nitpicky with runtime.
Well, I mean, I've been watching these two movies over the span of like 6 days.
Okay, that makes sense then.
I don't sit down.
As
there's no
movies
way.
should be watched. Can you imagine?
I can't sit down and watch that.
Going to the movie theater and then sitting there for like 20 minutes and then lights go on. Be like, all right, come back tomorrow. We'll continue.
Now, if they did like, if Rings of Power was going to be its own movie, and they said, "Hey, we're going to be doing a marathon where we're going to do all the Hobbits and then all the Lord of the Rings,"
my god.
you bet your ass I'd be there. Like, like fuck it, take off the week of work, I guess, because it would literally run for like longer than a day. Like, there's no way you could finish that. It's like
Were the Hobbits any good? I only saw them in theaters.
I think
They were enjoyable. I'll say that.
Enjoyable.
First one was really good.
I like that one.
The second one was
It was
the second one was a
alright.
fucking cock tease. I hate it.
Yeah.
I only remember the behind the scenes of Benedict Cumberbatch flopping around on a map.
Oh, dude, he sold it. Like Smaug was a really good villain.
Don't remember the second one.
The second one, I won't say anything because Ethan doesn't really remember. But
Well, I don't care. That's why I'm asking.
the second one was
And
just
he doesn't
wasn't,
remember either. That's why
it wasn't as good, but it was pretty good.
What was it called?
Desolation of Smaug.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when he burns
That's-
the water
Yeah.
city.
It's with Luke.
That's how it ends, and you're like,
his
fuck, I have to
name?
come
Luke
back for
Evans.
this.
Luke
Yeah.
Evans.
Yeah, the first one ends with Smaug waking up,
Yeah.
and then the second one ends with like you're like, oh shit, here we go, Smaug, and then the second one's him coming out of the cave, and
And
then,
that's it.
And then it ends, and I'm like, oh, you're kidding me, like.
Fuck, it's sick.
Well, it's because The Hobbit is one book that's like not even that thick, so they just chop
Well, I
up
mean,
this
you named
tiny
it.
book.
It would be like saying, okay, we're gonna name the second Star Wars movie like Return of Vader, and Vader doesn't come back to like the final 5 minutes. He goes, "I'm here," and then, bam, just fucking cues the end. Oh man, but the third one was really good. But
Third one was cool.
I'm not a huge stickler for effects, but I mean the third one,
I feel like you are a huge stickler for effects.
it is to multi-million-dollar budgets, or like when I know the company has the money to do it, but they just don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
But for the third one, Battle of the Five Armies, I think it
Something
is.
like that, yeah.
Yep. 7 armies.
Five.
Five.
I don't know how many armies there were.
There's humans, orcs.
I remember old Legolas. That's it.
Yeah. Young,
Very
old.
nice.
Yeah, that one. You could definitely tell there was a lot of CGI in that one.
There's way too much.
More than usual.
Way too much.
That's a common trend. Like
Yeah.
the original Lord of the Rings trilogy is all practical makeup, practical effects,
I miss
and then this new stuff is
Yeah,
the CGI stuff.
It was just because there was huge battlefields with like tons of soldiers from like 5 different armies. So it's just like it felt like an eyesore. I mean, they did still do a lot of practical effects, but it was just when you're doing a battle, when you're doing huge battles like that, you can't make everything practical.
Yeah.
So.
Peter Jackson begs to differ.
I mean, I still fucking love that movie. Like, I felt like crying and watching the end of the third Hobbit. 'Cause I'm like, this is it. Like, it was like when my grandmother said when she went to go see the final Harry Potter. It was like, we're done. Like, shit, dude. It's like Harry Potter had been like for her and like the rest of my family because they love Harry Potter. It was like they had went to go see it since Sorcerer's Stone came out in theaters. So it was
Jacob started watching that again.
so for them, it was just like you got to watch them all grow up, and then at the end of the last one, you're like, oh shit, like they're all done.
We're
Like,
here.
yeah, so for me, that was kind of, I went to go see all the Hobbits in theaters, but I was...
It's the same feeling with like going to see Endgame in theaters.
I know!
Like you know this is
You
the
can't
end
even.
type
Oh
of
my
thing.
god. Can't even compare.
I
So
love
good.
that.
Which is the feeling of like now your hesitancy with where the MCU is heading is like we had that like this is the end feeling with Endgame.
I mean, shit, it was
So
called
it's just
Endgame.
so now it's just now you're just dragging a corpse.
You know, there was a quote in The Two Towers that Sam was saying, shout out Sam, best character in the whole fucking...
Hero of the
Looks just like
trilogy.
Gavin. I
my
love it
God.
so much.
It does not look like me. Where he's like, like when you were telling, I forget exactly how the quote goes, but it's pretty much you don't want to know the end of a story because you don't want the ending to be here. You don't. There can't be a happy ending.
Yeah.
So it's just like, ugh.
Mr. Frodo.
He is so fucking perfect, dude. Like when they're talking in the forest and they're like, well, how about you tell me about Samwise the Brave? I'm like, yes. Tell me more about him. Fuck Frodo. I don't give a shit about him, but Sam.
Dude, it's
God,
sad.
so good, dude.
Aragorn and Sam, they carried those movies. Or that
Sean
story.
Astin,
Literally.
Ego.
Like, literally carried Frodo.
That last scene, holy fuck! I still get goosebumps watching that shit.
Which one?
Like I can't carry it,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
can carry you.
Yeah.
Like, come
What
on,
a
and
Chad.
It's so good.
then it starts playing the
friend.
music, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
hearing the fucking concerning hobbits, hearing the Shire theme. I honestly start to tear up now when I hear
Oh,
that
it's
shit.
so good.
I can't help but cry thinking about that. That is such a fucking loser thing to say, but
Exquisite.
oh my god! It also reminds me of my grandma, who's I get sad feelings when I think about that. She's old now, okay?
In other news, sports.
Shout out meme.
Sports is happening. The NFL preseason is starting, which means the NFL is going to be starting.
Jacksonville plays tomorrow.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Let's go! They're playing against the Steelers, or not the
Raiders.
Raiders, and I'm voting for them. I also bet on them.
Of course you are, and of course you did.
On a preseason game?
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice.
I bet
We
$30.
started with all this early. Cool.
Oh my gosh.
I think they're ready too. Fuck.
So what do you guys what are you looking forward to this season?
Football.
Hopefully the Ravens don't finish last again.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
tragic.
Hopefully they don't finish the end of the division.
Oh my god.
Do you have
That's
that
crazy.
predictions thing that I sent you from that one Instagram channel? That
Yeah, well, that I completely disagreed with.
you can't. How do you completely disagree?
like
Just-
divisional.
Yeah, like
it was just predictions. It was just predictions. Like who would be the top of the division? Who would be the wild card teams?
Like
So, like for instance, they predicted the Rams are going to be the head of the NFC West.
oh wow.
Well, here it
That's
is.
a really
That.
bold
Wow.
prediction.
NFC West, Rams finished 12-5, the 49ers 10-7, Cardinals 7-10, Seahawks 5-12. Which
mean,
I have no expectations for the Cardinals just because of how they disappointed the crap out of us last season. But I feel like we can at least beat 2.
I don't get how everybody is so
And there's
high
the
on the
Seahawks.
49ers every single year. And every single
Let's
year
go
the same
Niners.
thing happens. They're like, oh, Jimmy Garoppolo's gone. And then here he is, still
They just-
suiting up
didn't
for
they-
training camp
didn't they
every
redo
year.
Didn't they renew him?
I
like,
know,
right
dude.
after that.
Pretty sure they did. Who knows?
Like, oh, let's get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, and then he's
I
still
wanted them
here.
to beat the Rams so bad, and watching that final fucking play
Oh,
happen, I
God,
just
me too.
like my dad, who's like a huge Niners fan. I cried for him. I was like, holy shit, dude! They had that game, like they
Dude, it was
fucked
really-
that so horribly. It was like the fucking Cowboys.
The AFC North is Ravens at 12-5, Bengals 12-10,
Fuck that.
Steelers 9-8, Browns 6-11. Browns seems
Seems high hopes
plausible.
for the Browns. I think the Browns will finish above the Ravens. If
Think
it's-
so?
If anything,
above
if
the
it's-
Ravens.
we just got rid of our best receiver. Like, yes,
Yeah, he got arrested this morning.
Very cool.
maybe.
Criminal speeding.
Hey, it goes like that sometimes. You got to keep it 100. You know,
It'll be fine. Oh, 126 actually.
126.
we were going 40 over the speed limit. Hey, you know I got to keep it 100.
Yeah, the Jaguars 6-11.
Hey, it's more games than like the past 3 seasons combined.
All right, let's fucking go.
But yeah, I'm just excited for football to start up again.
I'm way more excited for college football than I am for the NFL. If I'm being completely honest.
I find college football so hard to follow because there's just so many different
Oh, yeah, there's so many different games, but like you're always
games
watching
and
something.
what
though.
leagues or whatever they're called. I don't know.
Sports.
Hard to keep track.
Football.
Yeah, in the past like couple years, I'd been like meh about college football, just indifferent. But now I'm growing to like actively despise it because of like the what is it, NIL deals. Like you can like players pretty much just get paid now for NIL name, image, likeness. They're basically just free agents. Wherever the school gets the most money, that's where they go.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And
Another
the
dub for
whole
student
all the
athletes.
conference
Another
stuff,
dub for
like schools going to different conferences to get better TV deals
Yeah.
and money and all that. It's just it's going to be gone in like 5 years.
Yeah,
so?
Plus,
It's
I
just
just
been-
think
it's going downhill fast.
I just think it's also really hard to follow because it's players are there for 3-4 years or something, and then
Yeah.
they're gone. So you have to keep remembering all these.
The only connection
Players
is if
and
you
everything.
like went to a school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like a random team. You've never been to the state, never been to the school.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
I guess if
connection.
you like a certain player and they end up getting into the NFL at that point, maybe.
Yeah, it's
Like,
an
you know
extent.
what? Me,
Like-
as a native in Arizona, I like Clemson. I'm going to follow Clemson all year.
Like for us,
Oh,
our family, we loosely just follow Oklahoma University if they're doing good. That's because my dad's from there.
oh, okay. I'd be like, huh.
So like,
yeah,
that's the only reason though.
I liked Baker Mayfield. He came from Oklahoma. Kyler Murray went to Oklahoma. So I was just like, oh, cool. They're going to NFL now. Now I'll actually see how they play because I don't watch Oklahoma games or
Yeah.
any college games.
My family's always just been Notre Dame.
Oklahoma has a pretty good quarterback right now. Caleb Williams, I think.
They always
So good.
make good quarterbacks.
Oh, they really do.
They do create them very well.
They do in a lab.
In a lab, yeah.
But that's the NFL. So looking good.
Have you seen Rudy?
A long time ago. It's with
Oh,
Sam
you've
Wise.
seen it. You've seen it
Sam
though.
Wise. Yeah,
You've
I've
seen
seen
it
it.
though. Fuck. I
I
request it for next week.
I need to. Oh yeah, we need to do that.
I was just. I don't have a movie.
I do need to rewatch it though because I watched it when I was really young. So when people hype it up, I'm like, I don't see the hype, but it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I don't want to get attacked right
It's a
now.
feel-good movie.
I think it's pretty good.
I just know him just trying really, really hard, not really getting anywhere. And then that last scene where he finally plays it down.
Yeah, it's like his whole dream is to
Spoiler.
just go to Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And
There
then
you go.
he plays on the football team and runs through the tunnel, and it's all cool, and it's like,
And there's
wow.
the movie
okay.
review. Very
And then he
cool.
goes and carries Frodo up the mountain, and it's crazy.
So, what a guy. Sean Astin. What a guy. All right. With that being said, let's get into the movie review. That's wrong one. Oh.
You have the wrong title. I can't see movie. My sincerest apologies.
All right.
Exquisite.
This week we watched Brokeback Mountain. And let me read you the synopsis. Let's hope there's not any hard words in here. In 1963, rodeo cowboy Jack Twist, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, and ranch hand Ennis Delmar, played by Heath Ledger, are hired by rancher Joe Aguirre as sheep herders in Wyoming. One night on Brokeback Mountain, Jack makes a drunken pass at Ennis that eventually is reciprocated. Though Ennis marries his longtime sweetheart, Alma, and Jack marries a fellow rodeo rider, Anne Hathaway. That's not her name in the movie, that's the actress. The two men keep up their tortured and sporadic affair over the course of 20 years. So, gay cowboys, essentially. That's the movie.
Ram Ranch.
Gavin and Ethan.
Whoa.
Cowboys, all right.
Whoa, Gavin, you didn't respond to the picture I sent you. I photoshopped.
What the fuck was I supposed to say to that?
Wait, what did you do?
What did you want me to say to that?
The Brokeback Mountain poster, I photoshopped Jake Gyllenhaal with Gavin's face. And I left Heath Ledger alone, so it's Gavin and Heath Ledger.
Oh, you guys would be cute
Sounds
together.
pretty good, Gavin.
Thanks.
But yeah, I sent that to him and he didn't respond.
What did you want me to say to that? Good job.
That's perfect.
Came out so well.
And people say you look like Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, I
sometimes.
fucking don't.
Yeah, you do.
I can
don't.
see it.
No,
I
I
can
can't.
see it.
I can't see anything like that.
But anyways, what did you think of the movie?
You know, I thought this movie actually did a really good job. I think it was really well done. I can't see myself watching it again. Like, at least not sitting down putting it on. If it was on and it was like halfway through, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, why not? But I can't see myself sitting down.
That's how we judge movies. Is if we would watch it again, or what's the scenario that we would watch
like
this
I
again?
can't like
Right.
for instance like Top Gun. I could see myself sitting down going, I feel like watching Top Gun,
Yeah.
but I can't see myself sitting down watching Brokeback Mountain. That being said, though, I did enjoy this movie. I didn't hate this movie at all.
With Brokeback Mountain, I think everything they did, like technical wise, filmmaking wise,
Oh, yeah.
was just phenomenal.
Beautiful scenery.
Near perfect. The cinematography was great. The writing, the directing, won an Oscar for Best Director. The performances from everyone
Was
Jake
awesome.
Gyllenhaal, Heath Ledger, all the supporting characters, they did amazing. And it actually has a pretty long, well-known cast with Heath Ledger, Jake Gyllenhaal. Anna Faris is in it for a little bit.
Whoa.
David Harbour.
David Harbour was in
Yeah.
it too. I was
Whoa.
like, what? He's in this movie?
Randy Quaid, which is Dennis Quaid's brother, Anne Hathaway, just had a stellar cast. They all did amazing, and it's just, like I said, really well done. All the technical aspects, perfect. The gripe, which I have with movies like this, is putting so much, like 20 years worth of events in a movie.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to balance it out and kind of make you know what's going on, know how much time's passed. I remember really paying attention, like, okay, what year is this now? What year is this now?
Yeah, me
Hearing
too.
something on the radio saying, like, it's the 1977 football season. I was like, okay, so now we're in 77. Trying to keep track of those things, like how much time has passed. They don't really kind of make that clear of, like, how often Jack and Ennis, like, saw each other over the years and how many times a year, that kind of stuff. So it wasn't very clear, but I guess the subtlety is what made it good. It wasn't just in your face. It wasn't super obvious.
Like black screen 1977.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10
I think-
years
Which-
later.
Which is a huge, like, people don't like that. Even, like,
Yeah.
in space movies when it shows the planet name, like, just go on the planet.
I mean, I'm okay with them doing or them not doing that if it's only like a few years.
Yeah.
But if we're doing like 20 years, especially, I think the first problem I had with that is that when he gives the grocery list to the guy, he goes, "Oh, you can't be tired of beans in the begin this early in the summer," and then not even 5 minutes later, he's like on the ground like freezing.
Yeah.
You can see his breath and everything. I'm like, I thought this was the summer. What the
That
hell?
is the summer in Wyoming.
Well, I looked it up. The absolute lowest it was going to get at that time was like 60 degrees. And then he even wakes up and there's like there's like several feet of snow on the ground, and it turns out I guess that was like
That was August.
yeah, it was August. So, but I mean, this early in the summer and it's August.
Maybe that's just bad writing. I don't know.
Well, it wasn't bad writing. Clearly, it was just it was a several month job. They talked about that before, but I just didn't know we were going to be going through the months that quickly.
Yeah. I think the beauty of the movie is the subtlety and everything. Like just whether the year, just kind of the implied things that happen.
Implied?
Well, just like stuff can happen on screen. No words are exchanged, and you can know what's happening. Like with Heath Ledger's character, his wife, knowing for 20 years what's going on because she found out right when they reconnected, and then she kept that secret for 15 years up until the divorce.
Yep.
So that was like her facial reactions just around him. Like she knows she's living with this burden of this secret, and he doesn't know that she knows.
I mean, that was kind of a fuck up on their part. Like, it was on site, and I was just like, "Hey guys,
I know.
Can we at least go to the bathroom or some shit first? Like, we got to
Right
do this
outside
in
of
the
his
front
house?
door."
Yeah.
So Jesus Lord. But I was like, okay, I guess.
But with a movie like this, yes, it was over the span of 20 years. I just feel the pacing was off, and it was a longer movie. It did kind of drag on at certain parts, but everything technical wise, it was really well done. With that, the performances, I can't see myself watching this movie without Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger playing the main characters.
Oh yeah, no, they did a great job.
They did a phenomenal job. Jake Gyllenhaal, terrific actor. Heath Ledger, gone too soon. He was, I think, barely 30 when he died.
Damn.
So he was breaking out in his career, like with this movie, with Joker. He could have done so much. I would have loved to see more. I want to watch more Heath Ledger movies because I've seen pieces of A Knight's Tale, but I've never seen the full thing. 10 Things I Hate About You is, I know, one of the most popular ones.
Iconic, yeah.
So overall, I liked it. Can't see myself really watching it again unless, like you said, Gavin, it's someone's watching it and I walk in the room, and I guess I wouldn't watch it with them. It depends on the person.
I mean, it depends if I'm bored.
Depends which part they're at.
Yeah, the what's it called? The confession scene, I guess is what we'll call that. I was not expecting to see all of that, so I gotta say, I gotta applaud the movie for just going for that.
The confession scene?
The part that kicks the relationship off, Ethan.
Oh, okay, so the jumpstart scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta say,
The profession scene.
for a movie that was gonna be like, what was the rating on this movie?
R.
Was it R?
Yeah.
I thought I was under the assumption this was a PG-13 movie.
Oh.
So yeah, when I
was
saw
your
that part,
mistake.
I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, how am I supposed to take my kids to see this? I was like, but I mean, now that it's rated R, then in that case, I don't care. But
There was more scenes of heterosexual sex than homosexual sex in this movie.
there was, and it was all with fucking what's it called? Heath Ledger and his wife.
No, there was one with Anne Hathaway.
There was? Oh, there was the car scene. Yeah, that's right. I remember that one now.
You're so
There we
dumb. Even the ending, I like how they kind of left it ambiguous of Anne Hathaway's character not knowing, like kind of being clear of like, does she know about Jack? Does she know? And here's the thing: Anne Hathaway doesn't even know that she knew, or if she knew, because the director, they filmed two separate cuts. One with a scene that very clearly she knows about Jack and Ennis, and then one where she doesn't, and then they cut them together.
I thought it was like she knew, but she
epic.
didn't know if this was the guy that he was seeing. So I thought it was just like her trying to save his image. By
I
saying,
think if it was my interpretation, she definitely knew.
well, yeah, no,
Like,
she knew.
yeah.
Communication is key in relationships.
But it's like for me, it was she knew, but she was trying to like save his reputation. Because I mean, at the time period, being homosexual was. If he died the way he did, then it was a death sentence, quite literally.
Yeah.
But
I don't think. I think he actually got died by a tire.
I do.
Yep. And I think it was just Heath
I looked
Ledger's
it up.
personal.
The director did not comment on
Exactly.
it.
So it's left to interpretation, which I love and hate movies like that because I just want a clear answer. But
Either way, he died.
Yeah.
It'd be one thing if we never saw him again, and it was like, oh, did he die, or did he get kidnapped, or did he just go away?
Yeah.
But
But
either way, the result is the same.
I appreciate this movie for all the technological accomplishments it had, the performance, just everything all around. It was great.
And I like the songs. The songs are really good. The guitars,
Yeah.
strings. Really
Made
nice.
me want to watch Yellowstone again.
I was going to say, Cameron, you would love this movie. The acoustics, the guitar. He loves acoustic guitar. Yeah, soundtrack was really nice. So if I had to recommend a movie based off of soundtrack alone, this would probably be one of them. Cool. I thought it was really beautifully done.
I enjoyed it. What would you rate it, Gavin?
I'm going to give this movie like a 77%.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to give it a 74%.
74.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Very nice.
Really good movie.
The pacing kills it for me. That's why I put it at 74. It's a 2 hour, 20-minute movie.
One quick question I have was...
Can't quit you.
Was Jack and then the other guy...
David Harbour?
David Harbour.
Yeah.
Were they... Mm-hmm. So they were a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, when he was like, hey, we have a cabin you can come up with, I was like, whoa. I was like, Jack, you can't be cheating on fucking Ennis like that, dude. But,
well, that's why their confrontation scene towards the end of the movie is like when basically Jake Gyllenhaal's character says like, oh, I can't just ride this high that we do every once a year or twice a year. Like I can't.
What did he say?
Control myself like you do.
High altitude couple fucks every like once or twice a year.
Which was their acting is phenomenal. They're phenomenal actors.
Heath Ledger did fucking amazing. Like when he was crying, like I genuinely felt bad for him there. It's like, oh man, I don't like seeing Heath Ledger cry.
Oh, Kate Mara's in this too, guys. I forgot to say that. You guys know who that is? No? Okay. No. Neither do I. But yeah, good movie. 77 for me. No, 77 for Gavin, 74 for me. And yeah, with that being said, Gavin, what's next week's movie?
Next week's movie, we're going to be going to see the original Blade with Wesley Snipes.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever seen it beginning to end, so.
Neither have I. I've seen clips, but never sat down and watched it.
1999 movie. Let's go.
And but what fucks me over is that I've seen the other Blades, but I haven't seen the original. So it's like I love Blade, but it's like, oh, what did you think of Blade? I'm like, I have no idea. I haven't seen it.
All right, cool. With that being said, let's get into the static.
Welcome to the static.
All right. So, Gabby Wavy.
Yes.
Mr. Xavier over here. Yep. How long have you guys known each other?
Since first grade.
First grade.
Yeah.
So how'd that go? Because I know I've heard the story. Let's share it with the people.
It was actually a very interesting altercation that we got in as first graders. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, Xavier,
Jacob's daughter is in first grade, so
She just started first grade today.
Oh wow, very sweet, very cool.
Imagine kids her age with this story.
All right,
and anything crazy.
So it's my first year at Cotton Bowl. I had just transferred over from Sun Valley. Mind you, I was fucking tormented as a kid. I was bullied. I had a really bad speech impediment.
Oh.
So, yeah, going into first grade, Gavin.
I can only imagine what happened.
And so, going into first grade, I don't know what time of the year was, but I was facing, the same problems here at this school, whatever. But, yeah, had a really small altercation with Gavin. Gavin looks over to me and he asks me, "Hey, why do you talk like that?" I'm like,
I didn't bully you for that though. It was you. All right. Okay, no, continue. I'll put my 2 cents.
It was first grade. I don't know exactly how it happened, but from what Gavin has said, Gavin was like, I just asked you what why you talk like that. I didn't mean to
The way I remember it is that you were saying something, and I said, "Why do you talk funny?"
It's a little.
Yeah.
And so then you got super upset when I said that. This was just a pure, innocent question. I didn't know what the fuck a speech impediment was. And so
then that's fair. You were
so she's like, "What is?" I was like, "What is that?" And then this motherfucker goes and tells the teacher on me. And then so she's yelling at me. She's like, "We do not bully people."
Yeah, Gavin.
I'm like, "Well, huh?" I was like, "What?"
Big bully.
And then she puts a note in my backpack for my fucking mom to read. And after that moment, I was like, "Xavier, fuck you, dude." I was like, I didn't even do anything.
And then what happened when you got home?
So I immediately went to my bedroom. And my mom was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I'm tired. Go to bed." And I had a bunk bed, so I climb all the way to the top. And I'm hiding there. And 10 minutes go by. I'm in the pitch black. And next thing you know, my door opens. "Gavin." I was like, "Oh, fuck." She found it.
She found the note.
I was like, "Shit."
I didn't hide it well enough in my backpack.
Honestly, I thought about throwing it away, but I thought my teacher would ask me and then I'd get in trouble because I threw it away. So my mom got mad at me for that. I got grounded for a week.
There's your justice, Xavier.
Yeah, justice.
Yep. I didn't do anything. I was innocent.
So when did you guys actually become friends?
Definitely in 6th, 5th grade, I want to
One of
say.
those two.
Yeah, I started off in a different teacher's class, and then I transferred over to his class, like towards the end of the year, though, which is really weird. But
Was it McMillan or Lemster?
Mr. McMillan, and then we
Yeah.
finally became like official friends when we got to Lemster's class.
I wasn't originally in McMillan's class either. I transferred over to his,
Yeah.
but I was in the beginning. And then, Lemster, that's when the whole squad really came to fruition.
Lemster, that's when I met Colin, and then Colin just introduced me to everybody, and that's when me and Gavin rekindled. our
That's when I realized, I was
relationship.
like, I know this motherfucker. Really. Ah, shit.
Yeah, it was very funny. It was brought up in 6th grade too, and we were like, "Oh shit, that did happen."
And then, when we get Colin on here, we could talk about how I met Colin. Because same thing.
I remember that
Dude,
story
Gavin's just a
too. Oh
bully.
my god!
I was not a bully. All right, Colin's, I might have actually been an asshole, too.
All right, just tell this one because I don't know when we'll have Colin on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
It started because I threw sand in Colin's face. And this was also kindergarten, so I guess technically I knew Colin from kindergarten.
Gavin was a bad kid, dude.
I was not a bad kid. I was
Why
always
did you throw sand in his
always
face?
had the green light. I was never on the wall.
Then you had bad teachers if they didn't punish you.
Nope. I had great teachers. Shout out to Miss Watson, kindergarten teacher.
Emma.
But yeah, that started, and I didn't even know that was Colin. Colin had to tell me that that's how he met me, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that was you?"
Gavin's just throwing sand in
I
people's
remember-
faces.
'cause
He's
there was
just,
only-
"Fuck you."
There was
It's like
only
you threw sand in
one
my
time.
face. You know how little that narrows it down.
There was only one time I can remember throwing sand at anybody because it was the only time in kindergarten that I got moved to a yellow light, and then I had to go to the wall.
And
There was only the one
then you
instance.
came back a
not
changed
the
man.
wall.
And then when Colin was
No,
telling me about
informed.
that, I'm like, "That was you? Like you snitched on me, you little shit."
For throwing
snitched on
sand
you?
in his
Wow.
face?
Well, I mean, come on, dude. Really? Like, it's not that bad. It's not like I don't remember how I did it, but it's not like I fucking like shoved it down his throat. Like
Got
I don't know.
a
If
fistful
you,
of sand and just fucking chucked
yeah,
it
I
at
probably
him.
just grabbed it and just threw it at him. Like, probably didn't feel good, but did you really have to go tell a teacher? Like, come on now.
Gavin's pretty aggressive. I don't
The
know about that.
5-year-old? Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Hard to believe.
But yeah, those are those two. I don't really remember meeting Cameron, if I'm being honest. Did Cameron say how he? I know we met in kindergarten, but I
It was
don't.
met in kindergarten, but it
I don't
wasn't-
remember
yeah.
at all how we met. We just kind of spawned.
No, I'd probably say like 6th grade for me is when I met like the whole rest of the crew besides like Colin and Gavin, really.
Yep. And then Tyler and Antonio and Bryson got added in like 7th and 8th grade.
No, I actually knew Tyler back in 3rd grade.
Well, I knew Tyler in kindergarten, but I didn't really start hanging out with him.
No, like me, Tyler, and Jet Teeman, we were all pretty
crew.
close.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then I came along in senior year.
Hell yeah.
And then kindergarten, I actually do remember playing with Tyler in kindergarten. We were playing Avatar: The Last Airbender,
go.
and I don't even know if it was out at the time, so I don't know if I'm
Yes, it
remembering
was.
this correct.
It was. It definitely was.
Well, I had to be Sokka, I guess. And so we were on top of the jungle gym, and he just pushed me off the fucking jungle gym. He's like, "This is what Sokka would do." And he pushed me, and I'm like, "I don't want to play this game anymore." Like, I flew down into the sand pit. I was like, I don't like being Sokka. Because I hadn't seen Avatar Last Airbender. He's like, "You want to be Sokka?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Sure.
I don't know who the hell that guy is. And so, because he kept saying, he's like, "Well, we're going to do the part where he pushed Sokka off the mountain." And when I was rewatching Avatar The Last Airbender, like, not rewatching it, watching it for the first time, like 2 years ago or a year ago, I specifically looked for that part to see if that ever happened, and no, it
Never
didn't.
happened. Yeah.
So, fuck you, Tyler. I don't know where you remembered that from, but it didn't happen.
Well, that's fun. Just a menace to society then.
I didn't do
Just a
anything
bunch
wrong.
of menaces running around.
Why do you talk funny?
Yeah,
Throw sand in your face.
Genuine question. Like I said, I can understand Colin's pain, but it
But
was a genuine question for Xavier. I don't know.
yeah, looking back at it now, I could tell it was definitely a genuine question. But you know, just transferring from a different school because I got bullied for that, it's just kind of like, damn, like
Yeah.
fuck. But you know,
Look at you guys now.
It's whatever.
look at us now.
We got past
you
it.
now.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Not me.
Cool. So, Xavier, you've had a lot of different places of employment.
Yes.
You have any interesting stories from either of them?
Just this. Well, I guess towards the beginning of this year, there was this one elderly woman.
Where was this at?
This was at Target.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There was this one elderly woman.
Which location?
Ooh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Disclose. Yeah. This one elderly woman, she came to Target with her caregiver, who sat in his car while she went shopping by herself. Already
Nice.
great start to the story.
Naturally.
It was Cameron.
And so, this couple runs over to me. They're like, "Hey, we need your help." I'm like, "Okay, what's up? What's good?"
He's like, what are you looking for?
Yeah, what are you looking for? It's like, no, like, we need your help. I'm like, oh shit, very, just all happening at once. I just see this elderly woman on the floor, and she's bleeding from the face, and she might be concussed because she has no idea where she.
Where at on the face?
No, she was bleeding from like the top of the forehead.
Oh,
and
like
it was
her
just,
forehead? Oh
yeah,
my
she was
gosh.
dripping down blood, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not trained for this. And so,
It's like, why are you getting me? Call 911.
no, yeah, she has no idea where she is, and I try to like help her, like prop her up just a bit, but not to the point where she can stand on her own, because again, she could be concussed, she could fall back down and hurt herself even more. And so I'm over here calling for help, like, hey, this woman's bleeding from the face, like I'm gonna need some like first aid, just some medical attention, just stuff like that. And
Medic.
yeah, but yeah, that was a pretty wild experience for me personally. I've never had anyone bleed in my arms until that moment. So I'm like, damn.
You make it sound really dramatic.
What's that fucking meme where it's the two kids holding each other?
Yeah, I
One of them's
love
got like a bloody nose. Yeah, put that in the thumbnail.
No, but yeah.
Put Xavier's face over that.
No, but yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was just all the adrenaline happening at once. Everyone's looking at you. You're like, oh shit, like, what do I do?
You should have done what Paul does when he was working security at a nursing home. Whenever he saw an elderly person on the floor, he had to stand there and call the fire department. You can't help him up.
Yeah, no, definitely don't help him up. So that's why I was like, yeah, I'm just going to prop her up a little bit so she didn't sit up.
Was
but,
she like
she didn't-
verbal or anything, or just?
She was very verbal, but I don't think she knew where she was. Like, she was saying a different date when we asked her what day it was. And we're trying to look for her caregiver this whole time, and he's just nowhere to be found in the store. Turns out, just jamming out in his car, having a
Not to
smoke, and
wheeze her
I'm
in
like,
his
yeah,
car, yeah.
damn,
That's how it goes.
that's rough.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a scenario like that in a work environment. Have you, Gav?
No, I haven't.
Look at that. Look at you.
Look at me go.
I had an old
Look at
lady drive over the fucking cement and like take a bench out, almost barrel through
Oh
Grimaldi's.
my god. The bench actually.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Those benches are pretty close to the door.
I know. She drove on the fucking sidewalk through it. And she actually ended up hitting a person, I think.
Oh shit.
So
Look at
we were just like,
elderly people at it again.
She
Those little rats.
She was parked somewhere, and then she just ended up like coming onto the sidewalk and just, I guess, just decided to
Just keep
drive
going.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do?
Huh?
What are you gonna do?
Hey, you can't do anything about it. You
Legend
just gotta roll
says
with it, you know?
she's still driving right now.
She's still driving.
Probably
If this car stops, it explodes.
speed.
No, that's cool.
That's a movie, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. What's it called?
Keanu Reeves?
Isn't it Speed? Keanu Reeves
so.
and
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. That is the tweet. All right. That's cool. Target. Anything else?
Nothing too crazy as of recently, at least. And I've had a few jobs. I worked here over at Fry's too.
You said that was horrible. Why?
It was horrible. I worked in the deli department, and that's
I
the
love the
department.
deli department.
Yeah,
That's where I
so
get
like-
my chicken strips.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, them shits are rough to make. They really are.
They're always gone.
They're gone because oh my god, I couldn't keep up. I'm just like, fuck. Like our fryer's only so big, I can't keep frying this shit down.
Gone but never
That's what I do.
forgotten.
It's right here. I just go
So good.
grab a few tenders for lunch and good to go.
Dude, their mac and cheese.
God bless. They're so crispy and
I know.
salty.
When I throw out the trash out back, sometimes I smell it. I was like, I need to get some chicken from Fry's.
Yeah, you are very welcome, by the way.
Thank you. You don't
Thank
work
you for
there.
your
I don't work there
service.
anymore.
Thank you for
but
your
yeah.
service. He did his time and he got out.
Did my time, got out.
Oh, you brave man.
No, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I didn't know you worked in the deli department though.
Oh yeah, no, it was rough. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to transfer over to the location on 107th.
Yeah,
And
like
I-
the Sun City where
Sun City.
more elderly people are.
Sun City elderly people, crackheads. Just there's a whole vibe. Like, yeah, and
Slower pace,
I mean, it was pretty. It was pretty similar to how it is here, to be quite honest.
Okay,
yeah.
so you didn't have a good time there.
No, I mean, it was a better job. I was just shopping for people who ordered stuff online, but there was no cap on the orders, so people would order 400 cans of food, and I'm like,
God.
like Jesus, why do you need this?
Oh, I only need 2. I did that by accident. Fuck.
No, but yeah, then I worked in the Starbucks department there. They have a little Starbucks thing, and yeah, it was pretty fun. I worked there in the mornings and stuff. So
Jacob goes to Starbucks every morning that they just have it ready for him when he walks in.
really,
Not for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now.
I was gonna say
I've resorted
cat.
to getting my own coffee.
they're still just waiting there for you.
Actually, yeah.
That's what I think about.
I feel like
they
I've
have
ghosted
they
somebody.
They have it ready, and they're like, "Oh, he's not coming."
No, they see me walking up and they know my order because I order the same thing every time.
oh, so they make it when you walk up.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
like they have it. Oh,
I thought
should
that,
be coming
well,
in
that's,
right
that's,
about now.
That's
I'm
how
gonna go
Dad
on in.
explained it, so that's what I thought.
Oh,
It's like Rob.
They have a big old window right
Yeah.
there, so they see me walking from the parking lot. And they're like, oh, then we just make the order, and
Yeah.
it's good to go.
We had a server at Applebee's that would do the same fucking shit.
Yeah, it's just like that. They
Sick.
see you walk
You
in,
remember
they
that?
know what you want because you get the same thing every day
Rob?
because you're predictable.
Oh yeah, Rob. Yeah, Rob is awesome.
Yeah, Rob would come by, Pepsi, water, 4 cheese,
with our
no
drinks,
parsley.
with our orders.
He even brought Ethan like 3 waters because he knew Ethan would drink that shit.
Yeah, because you're an animal.
even with the way Gavin ordered his 4-cheese mac.
I know.
No parsley.
Yeah.
No parsley. The thing you can't even
Sucks.
taste.
You can definitely taste
No,
it.
you can't.
And what's the point of putting it in the
So
dish?
Good. It's so good.
What is the point of
it's
putting it in the dish?
aromatics, flavor, spice?
So there's a fucking taste to it. If it adds flavor,
yeah, it's good.
no,
How do you not like it?
because it tastes like shit
All right.
and it's got bad
Oh, I
texture.
miss Rob. Does he still work at the Olive Garden? Do you know?
I have no
I have no
idea.
clue.
Damn.
We need to fucking
Need to go
Amber
track
Alert
this
for
man
our-
down.
for Rob.
Amber Alert.
Yeah, find him, please. Where does he work?
I
now?
left this man a good review for the Applebee's location, and he liked it. And I was like, "Oh shit!" He actually saw it. I'm like, "That's
Let's
pretty
go.
cool."
One day
Yeah.
we're gonna track him down, and he's not gonna be working in restaurant business, so we don't get to just have him wait on us.
Well, then we can wait on him.
He's gonna be working at like a Home Depot or some shit.
Working at Home Depot,
I don't know.
just bouncing around.
Hang out in the lumber department. Yo, where's Rob?
I remember one time me and Gavin went to Olive Garden because we're like, oh, let's go get waited on by Rob. And then we're like, oh, is Rob working tonight? We asked the front desk person, and they're like, oh, Rob L or Rob D? And we're like, I don't know. He worked at the Applebee's a couple months ago. They're like, oh, okay, we can't give that information. And I was like, then why'd you ask us which Rob?
Yeah, definitely the fucking manager was like right next to her. I was like, no.
I was like, why'd you ask us which Rob?
We're family.
It's an emergency.
I'm Rob's brother.
But yeah, that was cool. We used to go to Applebee's every week, senior year of
did?
high school. It's pretty epic, not gonna
And
lie.
we mostly had him or Tammy.
Tammy,
Tammy.
rest in peace. She's not dead. She just doesn't work at Applebee's anymore.
Yeah, she's not there anymore. Ever since Rob stopped working there, we just stopped going.
Yeah,
Just about,
well, that's
honestly.
the thing. Like, it's kind of a drive. So whenever we'd be like, "Oh, you guys want to go to Applebee's?" I wouldn't want to go to any other Applebee's. I'd say, "No, we'll go to the one on Bell."
Going back to that.
It sucks now.
Going back to my previous jobs, I actually worked at that
You did,
same
yeah.
Applebee's. I just had a bunch of different jobs, and honestly, you have to do what you have to do. So, worked there for a bit, and then they started to split tips 4 different ways between all 4 hosts.
Yeah, that's
what the fuck?
Yeah, when Arisa used to work at Applebee's, I think they did that there too. And
Yeah, no,
hated
it just wasn't cutting out. So I'm like, nope, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work out here. No thanks.
Heck.
Applebee's, am I right?
Another reason Chili's is better.
Incorrect. I don't know about that one.
I haven't been to Applebee's in ages.
It's all right.
Neither have I.
What did you just say?
It's all right.
How dare you?
Nice.
My past few experiences, plus working there, it's like, it's all right now.
Wow.
So can you tell me the recipe of the 4 cheese mac, please?
I could not tell you that.
What about the original 4 cheese mac before they changed it?
The elbow macaroni, please. I remember the first time I ordered it, and I'm like, "What is this?" It's the 4 cheese. Like, sure?
No,
The hell
what is this?
They changed the noodles, and it changed the flavor entirely. It didn't even taste the same.
Damn.
It's like,
Maybe
nope,
you
we
should have
just
tried it with parsley. Maybe it would taste
nope,
different.
nope.
That's cool. Applebee's is better than Chili's. I'm glad we all agree with that. Let's get into Gavin versus Wild this week. Finally. Gavin.
I do not want to fight the fucking whatever it was Cameron suggested.
I forgot what he suggested.
I don't
but we
even
already
know
have
what
it
he
all
said.
set up for you. We just
Cool.
need you to make your case. But
It was a
before
fucking
we-
jellyfish. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Before we get into that, 2 weeks ago, the results of Gavin with a pitchfork versus a pit bull. Gavin won 64-36.
Easy.
See, that's what I hate. I hate that he's like, oh no, that's gonna be hard, that's gonna be hard, that's gonna be hard. And then I tell him the results, he's
because-
like, yeah, that's easy.
Well, because you'll be like fucking. Let's have Gavin fight a T-Rex, and he gets a steak knife. And then,
I could
who
see you do
wins?
it.
Convince me that you can do it. That's how
I
this is
can't.
supposed to work.
There's no realistic way I do that. The
So,
way I
hey.
convince you is that hopefully the T-Rex has a fucking heart attack and
There's no
dies.
realistic
got
way
no-
you're going to be fighting a T-Rex anyway.
Well, we have to look at this through the realistic lens.
They don't got long arms. That's all you have to know.
It steps on me.
So,
Discombobulated.
we already have the animal, and it's buff,
Okay.
and
Buff.
It's big.
Fucking animal. We're doing.
and we have you and your weapon.
I want to fight the military grade Chihuahua.
Here, what do you want to know first? Do you want to know the animal and the buff, or do you want to know your weapon? I'm gonna tell you your weapon.
If the animal is getting a buff, I want to know the animal
No,
first.
no. That's
Nah, the weapon
Yeah,
first.
tell me
Go
the
ahead.
What's the weapon?
You get throwing stars.
Oh,
Throwing stars.
I'll give you 10.
10 throwing stars. Okay.
very cool.
10 too much, guys?
No,
They're not really.
I'd say that's
They're not really
amount.
lethal, so I'd say 10 are pretty good.
10 are great.
And your weapon is.
Or my opponent.
Animal.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
your animal. My
yeah.
bad. Your animal is. I'll cut that out in post. I won't post. A SUV-sized chicken.
An SUV-sized chicken. Can it run as fast as an SUV can drive?
Probably
No,
even
it's, just-
faster.
it's like a chicken, but faster. Since it's bigger, or is it
Yeah.
slower?
So it can go the go the
bigger.
speed of an SUV.
No,
Sure,
No,
yeah.
it's just
the-
it's just the
it's
size
that
of a
big.
it's the size of an SUV.
Fuck, I don't know. 10 throwing stars?
10
throwing
throwing
stars.
I don't even know if it's gonna hurt the chicken. I mean, it's gonna piss him off. Is it a
Exactly.
rooster or a chicken?
It's a
A chicken. We'll say chicken.
chicken.
Okay. Well, if it's a rooster, then I might be fucked.
Okay, then tell us how
What's
you.
the distinction?
Well, roosters are a lot more aggressive than like a hen.
You know a lot about the farm poultry.
Gavin's like, does the rooster know how to cockfight?
I like the chickens.
All right, how do you defeat this giant chicken coming at you?
I have 10 throwing stars.
Yeah,
I'm skilled in these, right? Then why do I have them? Why do I have
they're
them?
sharp objects that you can use.
Sharp objects.
I'd honestly rather have a fucking butter knife.
projectiles.
I'll give you 10 minutes prep time.
Well, and I only have 10? If
Yeah.
I don't know how to throw them, then I want like 100.
No, you're fine. You're good.
What?
How do you defeat this chicken? If you didn't even bring up that you're skilled in these, and you told me that, oh, I just throw it at the chicken, this, I wouldn't have even questioned you.
Well,
But
it's an SUV. It's an SUV. Do you know how big an SUV is?
yeah,
That's a big fucking chicken.
chicken's
big
gonna be
chicken.
like 8 feet tall.
That's a big fucking chicken.
That's a big chicken.
So the thing about throwing stars is that they're very small and they can barely damage a human, let alone an SUV-sized chicken.
All right, so convince us.
I think it would come down to hand. I don't think the throwing stars would make any difference, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Okay, Gavin, if I said let me throw 10 throwing stars at you, you'd be okay with it? They'd
If I was
barely damage.
SUV-sized? I mean, I'd be pissed.
Your chest is SUV sized.
I'd have to throw them at, like, the eyes.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
go.
go. Look
Good.
at that.
But I'm not skilled.
I like where you're going with this.
my
Convince
gosh.
me.
Assume every
you're
throw
not
you make
skilled.
hits.
Let's
Oh,
say
okay.
this. We are in an English class, and your assignment is to write a story of how you defeat a chicken with 10 throwing stars. SUV sized chicken.
Okay.
Persuade
so, first off, I'm going to have to hit the eyes. Take those out first.
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go.
Wow.
Second off, I'm going to try to hit the throat as many times as I can. So that way it's like breathing in blood. And then at that point, it's just an endurance match before it just drowns.
Chickens can survive quite a long time without their head, though.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I can throw all 10. I'm probably going to need like 4 of them for the eyes because I'm going to miss. And then on the rest are going to be neck. I might even keep one just so I could fucking stab it with one.
That was
you
gonna be
go,
my
yeah.
strategy.
But the thing is like a throwing star is like that fucking long when it comes to the blade. So,
Yeah, that's why you slice, open it up big enough.
and chicken's got pretty nice talons.
Got large talons.
Yeah, those things are sharp as shit.
That's true.
So
I think you're fucked.
I think it's a 50-50 match. I think
Which is the point of this game.
I think if I can hit all 10 of my shots, then maybe it goes up to like a 65, 45, 35.
Wow.
I think it's a fair fight, and I miss buffing the animals or giving them like a weird quirk.
Well, if we're doing like a chicken, then sure. But like,
Because we're
Most beheaded chickens survive only a few minutes after execution, but there is a recorded case of a headless chicken surviving 18 months
what?
after a beheading.
what? Well, I mean, to be fair, don't they say that humans actually stay alive for a couple minutes after being beheaded? Like, I remember seeing that
There's
were,
been reports like during the guillotine era, or once the head gets cut off, like the eyes still blink for a little bit, like
Yeah,
up,
like they
up
would,
to
like,
a
look
minute at
around.
the longest. Yeah,
so I'd have to
Can't
take
say
out the
for
eyes.
sure.
I'd have to take out the eyes.
but it's because it's really immediate, and then all that's the brain, and that's still intact. Kind of, I guess, is the argument for that.
Take out the eyes.
Scientific.
I don't know. Maybe I'd probably try to throw, like, wait for it to get close and it tries to peck me, and I just throw a throwing star in its mouth.
Maybe.
Maybe that'll scratch it
That's
up.
what I think Paul's go-to strategy is just shove your arm in its mouth and like
Now,
suffocate
see,
it.
funny enough, this would be the fight where if it was like you have a Bowie knife, I'd be like, oh, yeah. I take the chicken.
Which is
then.
why
Oh,
we
yeah.
don't give you a Bowie knife.
Well, to be fair, I didn't really know what a Bowie knife was.
I know.
Like, again, all these fights, I thought it was like a fucking, like a steak knife. I was like, what? I was like,
I didn't know I was giving you this large knife,
it's a machete.
practically.
Yeah, I'd take out the eyes. hope to God hit the neck enough times. And hopefully blood loss.
I think you have a chance.
I think I have a
you do have a
chance.
chance.
Pretty good chance.
I will vote for you this week.
I think you're favored.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll place 10. I'll put $10 on you.
Okay, good.
I'll go ball in and do 50.
Whoa.
He's got my vote.
But if I lose 50, I'm going to be upset.
Try to go
so-
money line. Maybe I'll hit a 3-bet parlay.
Maybe when this gets famous enough, we'll actually start putting bets on it.
Yeah. We'll actually reenact them.
We'll reenact them.
We'll do
and
like
see who wins.
a software with a simulation and see what happens.
All right, over under 7.5 throwing stars hit the chicken.
Like, what's my chances?
I don't know what over under means again.
Oh, gosh.
I forgot.
I don't know either. I don't know.
Wait, so over, like 7.5 over under. Over means more than 7.5.
Yes.
Under means, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go under because I think he'll at least hit 6.
Okay.
I was thinking hopefully I'll hit 5.
Okay, cool.
So you'll take the under?
I'll take the under.
Okay. It'd be funny to make bets like that on these fights.
There's no way to find out if it happens.
We'll just have to actually purchase shooting stars. Just have me throwing shit. See if like, what's the accuracy rate?
To someone's SUV.
Yeah,
Your
with a-
Trailblazer.
big ass target.
We'll
I don't
do
know.
like a huge chicken cutout and see if I can hit the eyes.
Yeah, I think you have a good fight.
How? Wait, can this chicken fly?
Well, it can do what a chicken normally can. It
Fuck.
can't fly, but it can flap and probably...
You ever played Legend
Glide.
of Zelda?
I was saying those
Can you
fuckers
pick
can
it up
fly.
and just throw it? Or couldn't you hang off of them? No.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You could jump off of places and it would slowly
Yeah.
descend.
That's cool. That game was awesome. My character's name was Larry. Anyways, DaJakey Factuality.
Yes, sir. I have a... It's so dumb, but I think it's kind of interesting. Makes sense, but I never thought about it. The only vegetable or fruit that's never sold frozen, canned, processed, cooked, or in any form but fresh. Can you guys guess?
Bananas.
No.
Wait, hold on.
The only vegetable or fruit that's sold fresh. That's the only way you can get it.
Does a potato count? Is that a root or is that a fruit? What is that?
It's vegetable, starch.
Is it? Is it
No.
not?
You said it
potato?
makes sense.
not.
So it's
Because you
not.
can get mashed potatoes in a
it's
can.
not preserved.
Not frozen, not canned, processed, or cooked. It's always just
Is it a fruit or a
a
vegetable?
vegetable.
Okay.
Eggplant.
It'll make sense when I tell you.
Zucchini.
Nope.
Squash.
It is in fact
Brussels sprout.
No, wait, no. Hold on. Let me get a couple more guesses.
Broccoli.
Cauliflower?
no.
Gavin likes broccoli.
I hate broccoli.
Broccoli's good.
I've seen him force
Broccoli's
himself to
great.
eat it. I've seen him look at it and be like, I hate this, and like put it in his mouth and eat it. I'm like, dude, then don't eat it. He's like, I have to. It's good for you. I was like, damn. Mother of the year for your mom.
Fuck, dude.
Okay, Jake, what is it? Why
This vegetable.
Squash.
No.
You already said squash.
Did I?
You might find it very cold.
Hold on.
Maybe like an iceberg cold.
Iceberg lettuce.
Lettuce.
Oh, yeah.
You've never had like stew before? Like lettuce? What's the shit they made in like Willy Wonka? They did like
Oh, and Willy Wonka?
yeah.
Yeah.
Lettuce soup.
Yeah.
Cabbage soup. Is
Yeah,
what they call
cabbage
it.
soup.
I don't think they bought cabbage soup at the store with all the money they had.
Wait, you can't. There's no such thing as frozen lettuce.
Well, lettuce goes bad really quickly, too.
Yeah.
No. Fresh lettuce.
There's no such thing as canned lettuce.
I
No.
I don't
wouldn't
think
buy
so,
it if
no.
there was.
Get the fuck out of here. That's like the most common of the vegetables.
You get it fresh.
That's pretty cool.
Eat fresh.
According to chemistry.osu.edu. There you
I
go.
appreciate
Cited
it.
my
Wow.
sources.
There we go.
Learn something new.
Make sure to check your sources next time.
Oh.
Spider-Man 3 quote.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Tells me you're pretty brilliant.
He also tells me
says
you're
you're
lazy. Be sure to follow our Instagram at OEF White Noise as well as at OEF Studios. We're on YouTube. One-Eyed Fits is our channel. Leave a comment down below if you want your comment to be read on the next episode. This last week's episode is by... There's 3 comments from the same person. So I'm just going to read all of them.
Actually, there's 4.
I only see 3. It is by Elmo's Therapist. Is that That's a new person. I don't think I've seen him on here before. But they say this is Gavin.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You're looking at me. It's Gavin.
No, it's not.
As much as the fans would want the MCU to stop, despite how the quality has dropped off, it's too much of a money printer for Disney to stop pulling from. It's like Star Wars in the sense of fans will go to see it even if they know that it's going to suck or be subpar. Even the worst MCU movies like Eternals are making millions in profits. And then they say also Team Bubba's. Okay.
What's the other one?
Gavin for sure.
It is Gavin for sure. It said Resident Evil zombies can utilize guns and other weapons with the surprised emoji.
Oh yeah, because he was like, "Oh yeah, what about like Resident Evil zombies?" I'm like, those are just people. That's
So
his
it was
fucking
you.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was you.
What was the? I didn't catch the place. What was the place that Paul did this shit at?
It's in
VR
California somewhere.
I wanted to do it so
Riverside?
bad.
You went to Riverside or?
I don't remember.
All right, so we're gonna have to put that on the places to go to because that sounded fun as hell.
Yeah.
He showed me the video and it was actually pretty cool.
Damn.
All right. So yeah, be sure to like, comment for a chance for your comment to be read, subscribe, and then what is the song of the week, Xavier?
Song of the week. That is a good question now, isn't it? You know, there's this one song that I just keep on hearing in my head, and it's "The Best" by Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
The best.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice.
All right, cool. Be sure to listen to Tina Turner's The Best. And also be sure to vote for who wins Gavin versus Wild this week on our Instagram story, as well as a post made on our profile if you missed the story. All votes will be added together and accounted for. With that being said, thank you for joining us. Xavier, thank you for joining us. Is
Happy
there
to
anything
be
you
here.
want to let the people know?
No, I just want to go home.
Okay,
No, I'm
sounds
just
good. Appreciate you for joining us. I'm sure we'll have you on again soon.
Hopefully soon.
Gavin, thank you for joining us again.
You're
Finally.
welcome.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Oh yeah, huh?
And with that being said, one last thing to say. Shout out to all the single moms.